On today's show, we talk about Cardi B, Nicki Minaj has 2 new singles out, and Drake loves every woman in the world. This is As We Proceed. I'm Feliciano Segundo.
I'm Chris Maitland, and this is your monthly plea to get Dunkaroos put back in production.
Woo! Let's take them back to the 90s.
You're goddamn right.
Who can relate? Woo!
That's the only thing that anybody can relate to about the 90s. That's the only thing. That's it.
All right, well, we're back. I have a giant L here. You'll see why in a minute. How you doing? What's going on?
You know everything.
Yeah, anything new with you?
No, I'm just ready. I'm ready to go past the pleasantries and get into this fucking show. That's what I'm ready for.
All right,
we got a packed.
Yeah, it's a pretty packed lineup today.
Yeah, packed shit here.
So we want to maybe let's start off with probably one of the how do I put this? More interesting videos I've seen in a while, and that's the
yes, that would be our pal Aubrey.
Yeah, good old Drizzy Drake has dropped a new video.
He's having a hell of a year for music videos, that Aubrey.
Yeah. When did this single come out? A couple weeks ago, I want to say.
I believe it was the 6th.
Yeah,
so just about a week and a half ago.
So I think it's the second single. Is it fair to say it's the second single to his album coming out? Because I mean, God's Plan is #1. This is number 2.
God's Plan was on the Scary Hours EP, so that might not be on the album. But yes,
it'll probably be on the album.
Drake announced last week that he is putting the finishing touches on his new album, and I would say it's safe to presume that this track, Nice for What, is the lead single off of it.
Yeah, and let me just go ahead and say, one of the things that stood out to me the most that I loved about this track is just the Lauryn Hill sample was freaking awesome.
It's phenomenal. No, it's phenomenal. I couldn't believe that Murda Beats was responsible for this.
Not
very un-Murda, like not very soulful producer usually.
Yeah,
the man loves flutes, but I mean, who doesn't right now?
That's southern, but it still has that southern balance to it.
It does, and it's very R&B heavy, which is not usually. Yeah. Murda Beats usually goes on either the straight bangers,
or banger territory,
or poppy shit,
or poppier stuff. Yeah. So yeah, then he dropped the music video for it also.
Yes,
I'm assuming
which came out the same day actually. I did not see it until this weekend, but yeah, it was great. I mean, the song is very much like a female empowerment song, and the music video obviously follows suit. It's just basically a bunch of
beautiful ladies,
beautiful famous ladies doing stuff. It's very simple. Just engaging in various activities such as horseback riding, swimming, dancing,
messing up tablecloths.
Yes, messing up tablecloths, smoking cigars.
Yeah, which is, I guess, that's pretty cool. Can you name every woman in that photo?
No. Let's see.
That's Letitia Wright. Yeah, Olivia Wilde.
I think it's Letitia Wright. Olivia Wilde. That is Rashida. That's Rashida Jones.
That's Rashida Jones.
Yep.
That's Tracy Ellis
Ross in the middle. That's the daughter from Blackish. I don't know her name.
It is?
Yeah. I don't know.
She looks pretty grown. Okay,
then. I don't know. Top left.
Who is that?
I can't tell because of the lighting.
Oh, is that Tiffany Haddish?
I honestly can't tell.
I can't tell, yeah.
Tiffany Haddish is in the video. I know that.
Oh, yeah, I know that too.
She's smoking the cigar.
She's the one smoking the cigar.
That might be no. I was gonna say that's Issa Rae. No, it's not. Even though Issa Rae does have her hair straightened in the video, that's not her.
Anyways, what'd you think of the video?
It was great. It was really interesting, and I think it fit the song perfectly. And it was just and with all the different people, it bounced around a lot. And also, while it was definitely it was a nice the video did a great job of conveying the message of the song, it also gave us more shots of Drake dancing.
Oh yeah, that's always a great thing,
which I mean, come on, it's a gift that Drake insists on dancing in all of his music videos.
Listen, he loves to dance, man. Maybe that's his third. Maybe he's like a Renaissance man. He can act. He's a rapper, and he can dance.
He sure as shit can't dance, but it's funny to watch him try.
And now you know why I have the L up there.
The only L that Drake takes on this video is him dancing. Everything else, I think the song itself is outstanding. I think the video is outstanding.
Can I say the only thing I don't like about the song is that period split in between with that annoying DJ.
Are you referring to the Big Frida sample in the middle?
Is that who it is?
Yes.
I have no idea who it is. I don't care.
Big Frida is the godfather of the bounce scene
in New Orleans.
In New Orleans, yes.
Right. Okay. I figured that, but for some reason, that's the only part of the song that ruins it from in the beginning a little bit. I'm just like, dude, we didn't need that. It was just.
I think it fits. I think it fits the song perfectly.
Yeah, but imagine you're like at the club or a party and that song comes on, you're having a good time.
It's kind of it pauses. It's a breather.
Yeah, what is it with Drake just like pausing great content?
Well, because Drake likes to make you wait.
He sure
That's
does.
his specialty. He likes to shit all over the energy.
Yeah, just throwing a
Give
big
everybody a
old
breather. Yeah, but then he picks you right back up.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, but yeah, I have nothing else really to add to it. Let's move on to our next story. If you want to go ahead and introduce that for us.
Yes. The next story is this hit me personally.
Okay.
It would be on Friday. The world was just stunned, the hip hop community, when our good friend, or my good friend, Metro Boomin, now deleted all his Instagram posts and changed his bio to retired from rap.
Retired record producer / DJ.
Yes, retired, and he's retired from rap specifically.
Yeah.
Now, what does this mean?
I don't know. I mean,
it's currently April 17th. It's 4 days later. We still don't have any answers.
I mean,
so,
I think
is it real?
I'm pretty sure it's obvious. It's just promo. I mean,
but no, it could be because obviously,
Dude, why would he
this is a hell of a
retire?
publicity stunt. I mean, hip hop is bigger than publicity stunt. I mean, hell, Vince Staples just did it.
Exactly. Why would he retire? I mean, Jay-Z's...
I don't know. I mean,
how many times has Jay-Z retired? Like 4 or 5 times?
Jay-Z, at least, like, by the time that Jay-Z retired, he actually had, like, a lot of money to his name. He'd been doing it for a long time. Like, Metro is 24.
Metro doesn't have a lot of money?
24 years old. I'm sure he does, but he's 24. Metro does not have set for life money yet.
That's the best time to pull this stuff, though. Like, to pull this stunt at this point, when he's at like his highest.
Do you think that he meant, hey, I'm retiring from producing in general, or I'm done with rap and now I'm transitioning into something else? Is he going to start producing Taylor Swift songs? Lady Gaga, perhaps? Maybe he could be going to the
Technically, that's not retired.
He could be going to the country.
Florida, Georgia
He's
line.
doing the next Florida, Georgia line. Nelly collaboration.
Don't even bring that up,
he's gonna produce the next Rascal Flatts album.
Okay, I'm in on that one.
No, but only if he kept the same drop. That would be the thing. No, nothing
good.
else. Just the classic Metro drop on a Rascal Flatts song would be enough. That would make my life.
I think that this is easily probably one of the most easiest ways to get your fans to go and buy your stuff, because if you notice, he also deleted his posts on Instagram.
Oh, he deleted everything.
So Kanye has done it before. Gambino's done it before. Like, it's not really anything to be.
I think Miley Cyrus.
I think you're in the clear. So
well.
I don't know if you have anything else to worry about here.
I don't know. I mean, it very well could be a publicity stunt. I mean, like I alluded to a minute ago, Vince Staples just did this. Him and his Def Jam. They launched a fake GoFundMe page to get him to shut up, and he retired from music, Twitter, everything with the public eye if you gave him $2 million. Yeah. But it just turned out to be a promotion for his new single.
Exactly.
So,
what's the name of Vince Staples' new song again?
Get the fuck off my dick.
Thank you very much.
Get the fuck off my dick. Yeah,
exactly.
So, song for the children.
I can't wait to hear that Kids Bop version.
Yeah, me neither. That's gonna be a fucking hit. But I mean, if this is actually true, if he's not just joshing us, I'm gonna be devastated. Yeah. Metro, I mean, to me, is the most influential producer in the game right now. I think he's a goddamn genius, and I think him retiring from hip hop would be devastating. Yeah, absolutely devastating. And I mean, you look what he's done in such a short time. I mean, he basically helped Future get his career. I mean, hell, he was responsible for giving the Migos a boost. He produced fucking Bad and Bougie.
He essentially helped boost the trap genre, which wasn't being taken seriously.
Trap wouldn't be where it is, and hip hop really wouldn't be where it is right now. I don't think without Metro Boomin.
Yeah, I
mean, if you were to look at his production discography, look how many hits he's had.
Oh, man,
it's unbelievable.
Insanity.
He's like the hip hop version of Max Martin.
There you go. Yeah, you're right. That's a pretty good comparison.
Or maybe he'll become the next Max Martin when he starts producing the Taylor Swift's
Maybe
next
that's
album.
why he's retiring.
It could be or you could. We'll see. Max Martin has been doing it for has been producing records for almost 30 years now, like 25, 26 years. So Max Martin is worth like $400 million. He could retire at like 46 or however old he is now. Metro, not quite there yet. But once he produces that new Taylor Swift and Rascal Flatts album, he'll have that money.
There you go. It's all about that white people money, man.
Exactly.
Let's move on to our next story. Did you want to bring this up? Because we actually have a little bit of almost breaking news. It just broke yesterday.
Well, it did break.
Last night. J. Cole has a new album coming out, and it's dropping this Friday, 420 for all you stoners out there.
To fuel your nap time on 420, Jermaine Cole has come and offered you deliverance.
Listen, man, you got the weed for all the people that want a nice little lift, and then you got J. Cole to bring you back down.
No, I'm saying if you're burnt out, you're like, hey, I'm going to put the new J. Cole record on. soundtrack for your nap.
Yo, all right. Now I don't want to crap on.
You've broken into the Doritos.
I don't know if we want to crap on him so much because we haven't heard the album yet. We know that he held an event, a listening event in New York last night.
But yeah, I believe he shot a music video as well last night. That's the word on the street.
And there's some pretty positive buzz surrounding the album. I mean, yeah, I read a lot of fans that were there. Some of the stuff that he's working on. It's not that it's like anything different, but obviously he's not going to have any features on it. Again, but it's
because no one else can go platinum with no features like Jermaine Cole.
This is supposed to be. I'm not saying it is, but because obviously I haven't heard the album. But supposedly this is a new angle on J. Cole.
Angle.
Yeah.
So interesting. That's the new angle.
Yeah, there you go. And J. Cole's been interesting before. I don't know why you're acting like J. Cole doesn't have a personality.
Well, here's the thing. I agree. I fully admit that I have not heard the mixtape stuff, like the warm up, the people that is the shit that everybody loves.
Well, there you go.
I've heard all of his studio albums, and the only one of his studio albums that I thought was good was 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Okay.
That's it. The thing with Cole is I think he has a lot of potential. He just doesn't live up to it. I think he takes the easy way out with his music. And I just do. I think that he basically scratches the surface of potential. And he's a cornball. And he also thinks he's way more important than he actually is. Like he thinks J. Cole thinks he's like a goddamn genius. He thinks he's a fucking Rhodes Scholar.
I don't think so.
And I think and the thing is, he like wants to like he goes like with this like no features thing, and like he's like I'm being humble. I'm being humble. No, but he like 2014 Hills Forest Drive was his answer to Good Kid. That's what it was.
Okay,
that's what it was.
The thing about guest appearances is maybe you just don't want anyone on the album.
It's true. But I think J. Cole like really like positions himself. I think he thinks that he's just God.
What proof do you have to back that up? Because I don't see that at all.
I think it's more. I mean, it's not so much with the features, but I'm saying the reason that I think J. Cole like is so fucking arrogant is that like he basically he made an album 2014 basically to talk about his upbringing and talk about how humble he is, but he did it in the most braggadocious manner possible. J. Cole was essentially an hour and 15-minute victory lap, like giving himself a pat on the back for like making it through the struggle and like look at me, I'm so fucking humble. I'm such a nice guy. It's like, dude, no.
Not every song was just him stroking his own ego.
It's essentially what it was, and I think that kind of undercut.
Love Yours.
That's what I got. That's what I got out of it.
You had songs like Love Yours, which is all about self-empowering
and I did enjoy
yourself.
the record. Don't get me wrong, but like.
You have songs, A Tale of Two Cities, which is all about like how you could essentially get killed for
a lot of his message
being at a red light
was undercut by his attitude, and it was also a blatant like, hey man, Kendrick did this, made this really personal album. I'm gonna do the same fucking thing.
Okay, now that you could argue, yeah, it was almost a rip-off verbatim of Good Kid, Mad City.
Yes,
but. I mean, essentially, Good Kid, Mad City in 2014 Forest Hills Drive, they're both just origin stories. I don't see why you can't essentially like incorporate your personal life into that and without being called an
to me
egocentric.
it felt calculated because J. Cole like he's like, oh, Kendrick had all this success and like I'm gonna try to do the same fucking thing.
Fair enough.
Because I mean, they came out far enough apart where I think that J. Cole like said like, oh, look at this guy. He absolutely took his career to the next level. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing. And for J. Cole, it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
I mean, it worked. Granted, J. Cole was, I'd say, based on where they were in their careers, I'd say J. Cole was further along in terms of both time rapping and popularity. Like, I'd say Kendrick, but prior to Good Kid, was not as popular as J. Cole was prior to 2014 Fulfills Forest Drive. But J. Cole also like 4 or 5 years older than Kendrick, so that makes sense.
You're right. Yep.
But he ultimately, I'm the fool because J. Cole made his made the leap. But the reason that I'm like so like on J. Cole right now is For Your Eyes Only is one of the worst hip hop records I've ever heard.
Yeah,
it's a snore. So like I'm just expecting more of the same. He
definitely has a lot to live up to coming up with this new album.
And a writer for The Ringer, Shay Serrano, described J. Cole as an intro to philosophy class, and that's what he is as a rapper. Like that's he's philosophy 101, and exactly that's like we'll listen to a J. Cole record. It's like going to a college philosophy class.
Nice.
Taught by a professor that thinks he's way smarter than he actually is.
Okay. Well, moving on to our next story, we have 2 very new singles, fresh out the booth.
Fresh out the kitchen.
And I just want to go ahead and make it clear, I did call this. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, but I called that Nicki Minaj was going to have her comeback at around this time.
I mean, I don't, but it makes sense. I mean, she hasn't put an album out in 4 years.
Look at that album. Look at that single artwork right there.
Oh, yeah.
You got Barbie Tings up there. You got Chun-Li.
Yes, Barbie Tings named by Rasta Drake.
There you go, right there, yeah.
and Chun-Li.
And Chun-Li. Capitalizing off of two IPs that aren't yours, but hey.
Yes, not to be confused with Street Fighter.
Yeah, not to be confused with Street Fighter. I actually like both songs. I think this is probably the most impressive I've seen Nicki Minaj since, I'm trying to think, maybe Lookin'
Yeah,
Ass?
I mean, the thing is, Nicki Minaj is clearly, she's upset right now. Because the world has found a different female rapper, which cough cough we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Exactly.
But right now, I mean, the female rapper is very underserved. I mean, that's kind of evident. I mean, I don't know why it is, but it just is. But for the 2010s, it's been Nicki Minaj's show.
Yeah.
And she disappeared for a little bit. She's done other things, like she launched like a fragrance line and all this shit. But this is like, and she showed up on other people's songs. She was on Side to Side by Ariana Grande a couple years ago, and she showed up here and there.
Let me ask you this though, because you're talking about how we've only it's almost like a crabs in a bucket philosophy when it comes to female rappers.
Yes.
You can only really have one at the top of the hill. For a while it was Iggy Azalea. Now we're seeing it's obviously another woman, and then Nicki Minaj was there for a while, and in between you've had different shades of different female rappers come in and out. Azalea Banks, Rhapsody, all these people. But do you feel like Nicki Minaj almost is not to blame, but you think she almost is sort of the reason for it? Do you think like she has something to do with the fact? Because she's made it very difficult for other female rappers, I think, to come for her level. I think she set the bar very, very high.
She did, but I think the only thing with Minaj has had. I don't know. It's hard because Azalea Banks and Rhapsody's still making music, and like Azalea Banks is too, but like they never reached that. They didn't have like the mainstream crossover appeal. Now Iggy Azalea, I think you can make an argument. She had like a couple hits that weren't even because of her, because they were because of the choruses.
Who, Iggy?
Iggy, and then she's had a lot of. And this album that she's had putting out, like been working on for like 4 years, has completely gone off the ground. But people lost interest in her pretty quickly.
Well, I know
Nicki is persistent, but Nicki's had a string of hits, and I think that's.
My question is like, do you feel like the people in the team that has kind of align themselves with Nicki, because it's a huge team of like super fans and people like that.
Yeah,
they're supporting this one female rapper. It almost kind of makes it
I don't know,
feel a little weird when another rapper who's not necessarily of her caliber tries to step in. It's almost kind of seen as like, well, what are you doing? This is like, it's almost like the Wild West out here.
But I know what you mean, but it's just I don't know. I mean, like there just isn't as many female rappers out there, so I don't think that's true at all. That's not nearly true. But I'm saying like on a national level, I don't know about
what do you
locally.
mean? You have like I can name off 10 female rappers.
Sure,
off the top of my head.
But you could name about 50 male rappers.
So
to counteract. But I'm saying is that the scene, for whatever fucking reason, there isn't that. There is any way you want to slice it, the volume of female rappers is much lower than male rappers.
Okay.
That's a factual statement.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think Nicki Minaj's fans, I don't think Nicki Minaj in general is like the reason why no female rappers exploded.
Well, but the thing is,
I think that Minaj, I think that you need to, in order to, I don't know. I mean, like it's a hard subject because I honestly can't really put my finger on why there isn't more female rappers. I don't know. I mean, Nicki Minaj, obviously, with the way she's handled the situation with Cardi B, I mean, I think she feels intimidated because she's had a monopoly on the scene for so fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's ultimately. I don't think like her fan base. I don't think the people are responsible for that.
If you think it was hard before, if you're for a female rapper to come up and try and be popular or as popular in the mainstream, it's going to be a heck of a lot harder now with these two songs out, I feel
I don't know.
Because Nicki Minaj is essentially saying, like, she has a kitchen knife and she's daring people to come try her with these new songs.
Sure, but I think that the current climate of the world, I think it's calling for it. I think you're going to see more female rappers than ever now.
Right.
And honestly, if Cardi B can gain traction, and along with Minaj, because obviously like they're both coexisting right now. I mean, these singles fucking blew up right within like a week of Cardi's album release.
Mm-hmm.
So like they can coexist, and if Nicki Minaj stops being so goddamn petty and going at Cardi for no fucking reason, then why can't they both isn't there room at the table for both of you and a lot more? You can get a fucking banquet table for all the female rappers. You guys can all coexist at it.
Yo, what did you actually think of these songs?
These songs, I was surprised. I'm not a big Nicki Minaj fan, predominantly because of the goddamn voices she uses.
Exactly.
And not to say that there's no voices on here. You get the fun like quirky Nicki voices. I don't know what. I know she like says she has like different characters she likes to play and all this shit.
Hello, Barbie,
yes,
Chun-Li.
No, yes, but I was surprised. They're both like pretty decent rap songs. And I think, honestly, this Cardi B, Nicki Minaj feud, if anything, is going to make Nicki Minaj rap harder. And this is the most engaged she's sound rapping in quite some time.
Definitely. Because, I mean, that Remy Ma beef didn't do jack squat.
No, I mean, that was a beef that she didn't need to start, and she got friggin' manhandled because, I mean, Remy Ma's a fucking monster. You basically like, coerced Remy Ma out of retirement just to ether you.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
But I mean, as far as like these two records sound, I think she sounds a lot more polished.
For sure.
It feels like she actually went in and like, thought about thought a game plan. Came out with a game plan, and I also really like the beats on here.
Yeah, no, she got beats that really fit her style. And they're like aggressive, but
this
still
feels
kind of poppy.
Like almost like she had a mixtape called "Beam Me Up," Nicki.
Yeah,
like a long time ago. This almost feels like she's drawing it back to that like those days where like before she was on Young Money. You know what I mean? Like that old like Queens. Yeah. Nicki Minaj.
For sure. I mean, I think she's trying to like remind people because she's obviously gravitated a lot towards pop over the years. So I think she's trying to remind people like, yeah, I can rap too. Exactly. And I think both these songs. I think these songs do a good job of hammering that point home. I mean, I will say I think I like Chun-Li better actually.
Really?
Which is weird because it's funny that this is just a random observation that I have, but is it weird that Chun-Li features the Rasta voice when the song Barbie Tings, which is blatantly a Caribbean thing, does not have it. And then Chun-Li, they have like the samurai samples, and then like she's doing like Rasta voices for no fucking reason.
I think she's trying to show her dance hall roots in both songs.
Yes,
that's how I see it. Like it's both of them. One of them is obviously in the title of the song. The other one is within the actual song itself.
But you also have, but it kind of clashes with like the whole like samurai theme that she's clearly going for at Chun-Li. But there's like blatantly like Asian music samples and shit too.
Well, she's done this before.
No, I know that.
Remember she did the Your Love? Was it
true? And she clearly really enjoys the Chinese culture because she has friggin' Chinese symbols tattooed on her fucking arm.
Yeah.
And she's talked about it a shit ton. I mean, she's blown up. But that was just weird. But the song itself, I mean, like the reason that I think Chun-Li's a little bit better, I think the hook's better. And
yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I like both hooks.
No, they're both good songs. And I think that Barbie Tings is more minimalist. It's more streamlined, and Chun-Li's a little bit more ambitious, I guess.
I can't tell if either one of these is going to be a bigger hit, but I pray that they both do because I think they're
both going to be hits.
Really?
I mean, because like think about it, Nicki hasn't had a single of her own in like 4 years. And she dropped
Has it been that long?
Yeah, I looked it up. I don't remember what her last, because her last.
She's done a lot of features.
Exactly. But the Pink Print was her last record, which came out in 2014.
No way.
2013, I think.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Wow, it's been
I don't know what her last single was, but it was 4 years ago.
Wow, what was it?
I don't know.
I
just no. She had singles after that.
Okay.
But because Anaconda was like the lead single on that record. I don't know what it was.
Oh, it was Only.
Sure.
It's probably Only.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't hear.
No, it was either Only or Truffle Butter, one of those two.
I think it might have been Truffle Butter, actually.
Okay. Wow, it's been that long.
But she has not put out a single in a long time. I mean,
this is a perfect time for a career resurgence, I feel.
For sure. And I think that the explosion of Cardi B over the last 7-8 months has contributed to this comeback.
And let's talk about that Motorsport verse, by the way.
Dave obviously naturally, because we can't have nice things in this world. Nicki, in preparation for the single, goes on Beats One. Yeah. And has an interview
with Zane Lowe,
Zane Lowe, yes. And
she talked about the Motorsport video with Migos.
So Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, obviously, because you have to create beef. So Nicki, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, she feels intimidated by Cardi B, and she decides to go on this whole thing. And she claims that Migos fucked with their verse on Motorsport. They were both on Motorsport.
Yeah.
Now, I think these claims are preposterous, because if you're familiar with Motorsport, Nicki's verse is like 2.5 times longer than Cardi's verse. Mm-hmm. Minaj has the only person who's on that song more than Nicki Minaj is Quavo.
Is Quavo,
and that's only because Quavo does the chorus on the song.
Exactly.
Like now, mind you, no one's talking about the fact that Nicki like they didn't even give Takeoff his own verse. Yeah. Takeoff's on there for like 20 seconds, and he's in the group. I know they keep what are you doing to my boy Takeoff?
This is supposed to be his year.
I know, they just keep burying it. He's on the bottom of the Migos depth chart.
You know what happened? They were like in the beginning of 2018. They're like, all right, we had a Quavo in 2016.
Offset
Offset 2017, take off. This is your year. We're going to back off, man. Huncho Jack was the last time you'll ever hear go take off. This is your time to live up to your name.
They're waiting until 2019. They're giving us a year off from Migos.
He's getting pushed back, just like the New Mutants.
Yes, exactly. They're significant reshoots.
He's getting reshoots.
Significant reshoots. New characters.
So these two are going at it. I guess Nicki Minaj, I guess there was a phone conversation with Quavo or something like that.
She claims that she was pissed that Quavo didn't defend her, and then she alleges that Quavo said, "Well, I would have, you were my girl," which I don't buy. I don't buy any of it. Also, first off, you expect this is wacky, but I don't know if you guys knew this, but Cardi B and Offset are engaged, and they're having a child.
Whoa, get out of here!
You expect Quavo to shit talk his cousin's fiance?
Right.
Is it and also so they edited Minaj's verse. What did they do to it?
Made it longer? I don't know.
Shortened it? So you're mad at Cardi's verse is significantly shorter.
Maybe they're upset that they put her last, but
they didn't even put Nicki last.
Well, not last, but they put her after Cardi.
But her verse is way longer.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the only way.
It's ridiculous.
No. I'm not giving her any sort of I'm not trying to give her clout, her argument clout, because I think like you, it's a stupid argument to make. But I'm trying to see it from her perspective. Maybe she thought that she should go first because she's the bigger rapper. I don't know.
I don't know.
But even then, you could be upset because Cardi going last obviously puts her at a better place because she would go last, and usually she's the closer, has the best verse.
But technically, the closer of the verses is Takeoff.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying in terms of the order of the rapping. It opens. It's chorus, Quavo, chorus. Cardi, chorus, Offset.
Then Nicki.
Chorus, Nicki, Takeoff, chorus, and song.
Wait, Takeoff's on
Takeoff's verse is literally directly after Nicki's. He's the only one who gets no breathing room.
Yeah, I don't. I have no
Quavo. No, so actually that's not true because Cardi Offset follows.
But I don't think Nicki wouldn't be up. I don't think she'd ever be upset that she got put on before Takeoff. That seems like a really stupid.
No, exactly.
This is about Cardi. This isn't about Takeoff.
But she claims that they edited her verse and gave Cardi a more favorable position, which is preposterous on any level because Cardi, mind you, 3 people rap after Cardi on that song.
Yeah.
And also her verse is significantly shorter. I think the only person on that song has a shorter. I haven't timed it out, but the only person I believe who has a shorter verse on that song is Takeoff.
Right.
Who's in the group.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
It's not their song. And also, there's a second part of this. She also said, Cardi didn't give me enough respect. When she was cut up, was Cardi supposed to applaud you the whole way? We're both from New York City.
Yeah.
I should worship the ground that you walk on because you're Nicki Minaj.
That's not enough, I guess.
That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. No, but why would you do that? So you need and Nicki Minaj also hilarious. She disrespected Remy Ma last year and ended up getting that's completely hypocritical. Mm-hmm. And just what are you trying to accomplish? Why can't you guys can both coexist? You're currently both getting a bunch of headlines. And your singles did very well, Nicki.
Yep.
Cardi's album's doing great. Mm-hmm. And Nicki, whenever your album comes out, June, July, August, it'll do fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll do fantastic.
And we can finally say we had two pretty
no,
awesome
I think we're about to turn a corner in hip hop where there's going to be 2 legit superstars. I don't think Cardi's going anywhere.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either.
She's the outlier in this. I feel like Cardi's going to be around for a very long time. Almost like how people thought Migos were going to be gone in a year or 2 years, but then they stayed around and now they're one of the biggest group of the decade. I feel like Cardi's probably going to be one of the biggest rappers of the decade as well.
Yeah, and if there's any doubt that Cardi is going anywhere, she broke Taylor Swift's streaming
exactly.
record. And Taylor Swift is an established
star.
She's
untouchable.
She's an established star.
Taylor Swift is untouchable. Not even Nicki. I don't think Nicki ever did that.
No. So, and Taylor Swift has been a star for a decade.
Exactly.
So if you were under the impression that Cardi B is going to disappear and all this shit, it ain't happening. I would be stunned, absolutely stunned. And I think we're going to talk about record in a few minutes, but I think that she has got a couple more hits coming up her sleeve.
Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about the Cardi album right now. Because look at this. Look at this right here. I'm going to tell you right now what's going to be. So you had Bodak Yellow, right?
Yes, Bodak Yellow blew up at the end of last year.
You had Cardi
did pretty well around
which is
December.
starting to grow on me.
Yep.
I think the next single, obviously, what makes sense is I Like It.
I Like It.
That's easily going to be a hit of the summer. Which, I'm just going to spoiler alert. That's my favorite song on the whole album.
Yeah. If this can
perfect, one of the best collaborations of the year.
Let's see. Last year, a Latin song blew up the radio and Despacito. Please, dear fucking God, let this shit blow so we can get fucking Despacito out of my goddamn memory. Because I will say, I'm not kidding. I was walking.
And they both have like Latin samples.
No, what I'm saying is Cardi made a trap song out of "I Like It Like That."
Oh no, I'm not, that didn't, actually, Despacito didn't have the sample. I'm thinking of Wild Thoughts. Santana.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say Despacito does not have a sample. No. It was just a generic like reggaeton beat.
But this has that that sample. I can't even name it off the top of my head. I don't know.
Maybe
this elf should belong to me.
I don't know who sings the song, but it's I like it like that.
Yeah.
It's a very famous Latin pop song.
Yeah. So shout out to Cardi, man. I mean. First off, let's start off with this album artwork. I love this. Is this like a throwback to Max Headroom? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I mean, to me, it just looked like I didn't really get any like reminders or anything. It just seemed to me like Cardi was like, I'm gonna throw a wig on and sit in this chair.
The only thing that would have made this better is if she had a cigar in her mouth. That'd be freaking amazing.
I guess right in this image, even though I don't think there's anything else that's similar about them, I think this image you could say, oh, she's trying to be like Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Because she has a fucking wig on and the crazy like outfit and the sunglasses, and she's has a nice
But so why can't she be zany?
No, she could be zany, but I'm saying like this, and I don't have a problem with that. I was completely indifferent to this, to be honest. To be completely honest with you, I had no thoughts about the cover.
Because I feel like they both
this is the one time this is the only thing about musically. I don't think you can compare them at all.
No.
But this cover, you can be like, oh, she's trying to be like. If you just looked at that cover and if you say you would have been sleeping under a rock for the last 6 months, you would not heard you hear there's this huge new female rapper Cardi B.
You don't think,
and you look at that cover, you'd be like. Oh, so she's like Nicki Minaj.
You don't think that their rapping can't be compared?
No.
Really?
In terms of stylistically, no.
Bodak Yellow doesn't sound like a Nicki Minaj song? You don't think that Nicki Minaj could have done that song?
No, I think
absolutely yes.
I think that Nicki leans way more towards like pop.
What are you talking about?
I think that Cardi's shit is a lot more rooted in like trap.
Yeah, but Nicki Minaj has had bangers before.
I'm not saying she hasn't, but like specifically Cardi is basically. This
doesn't seem that it's that far away from Nicki's alley.
I'm not saying it's like completely like out of like you couldn't draw like any compare, like they're completely different. There's no overlapping, but I think Nicki has always leaned towards more like the poppier side. I mean, I'd say Nicki's probably put out more pop songs than rap songs over the course of her career. I think Cardi just
hasn't had enough time to drop those pop.
No, but I also don't think that's her style. I think she. I think that she. No, but I'm saying based on this record, based on the small sample size we have of her work, I would say that she leans more towards the hard edge trap shit.
Okay.
Gangster shit. I mean, so I don't think Nicki dabbles with that as much. But although she might on her new record.
Who knows?
But then again, her song, Minaj's singles, I'd say I was to like classify them as a subgenre. I say they're hardcore hip hop, not trap though. There's not.
Well,
I don't think they're trap. I mean, like they're just like aggressive songs. I mean, they're not like trap has a very distinct sound, and I don't think
is Drip with Amigos, is that not a trap song?
Oh no, that's a trap song.
Okay.
I'm saying Minaj's singles are not. I wouldn't classify those as trap.
Okay.
Cardi is trap through and through.
Okay. But Nicki has been on trap songs.
Oh, for sure. Fuck Motorsport, for fuck's sake.
Exactly. Even before that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this album right here. I mean, what do you think? What is your first impression?
All right, so I went into this record. I had only my exposure to Cardi B was very limited. I had heard her verse on Motorsport clearly, and I had heard Bodak Yellow, and I was not impressed with either of them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was like, eh. So I didn't have high expectations for this album, and literally within the first minute and a half of the record, but it was the first like a minute. I was like, oh, like because her like Bronx accent took a little bit for me to get used to. I was like, it's kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. But it was literally when the beat changed on the first song for Get Up 10.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, man, I can fuck with this. And then for the next 45 minutes, I was like, this is a very refreshing trap record. Because I would say one thing.
Why do you have your head like this, like you're disappointed in her?
No, I'm not disappointed with it at all. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
So you want me to smile and do jumping jacks like to signify that I was excited?
I just feel like you should be a little bit more excited for Cardi B, man.
No, but the thing is that like I was just very like refreshing as a trapaholic, self-professed trapaholic.
Don't call yourself that.
Yes, the mayor of Migo Town.
Whatever.
Me. Big like trap fanboy. I was so excited. As much as I like the genre, I don't really have too many complaints. It was nice for after like the last few months of records that I've heard. It was nice to listen to a trap album that had fucking energy throughout the entire energy, personality. But like Cardi is like
she came like, thank you, Cardi.
This
like
is the thing about
you are what trap should be.
This is the thing about Cardi B is unlike a lot of the trap artists that I don't like, that I feel like are completely just boring the heck out of me. People like Kodak Black. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, even Lil Yachty on some points. I feel like he just doesn't. He's just almost like a mold. Cardi, I feel like out of all those artists, she feels like she's her own person, right?
Yeah. Well,
like she could be. I could see Cardi B just almost like she's like a cartoon character in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Like, give me like
she's zany as fuck.
That's all I ask of music. Just give me some personality. Give me identity.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And she's proven it on this entire album. It's up and down this thing.
To me, I mean, trap. I think at its. If you look at like my favorite trap artists, they are big on charisma, they're big on hooks, they're big on energy and personality, like you said. And Cardi checks all those fucking boxes. Like if you were to like build a trap rapper, style like who they are, check all the boxes.
She checks all the boxes.
She checks all the boxes. Cardi B would be that person. She would be that mold.
Yeah, and I also thought it was refreshing to see a female rapper. Because obviously we're males and we're very much used to hearing males, brag about all this stuff, how much, the sex that they have and all these women. I think it was refreshing to hear that other side of the argument because she's very much in tune with her sexuality, which I think is something that more female rappers need to do. Obviously, Nicki Minaj has done it before, but with Nicki Minaj, I feel like she was almost kind of reaching. This feels a lot more genuine, in my opinion.
I think if you want to look at another big difference, I think Minaj can come off as disingenuous a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
Cardi, not so much.
No, not so much.
I think that Cardi is as authentic of a fucking artist as you possibly find. I think that's a large part of the reason she's blown up.
There's a line on here that I thought was really, really interesting. She's like, "It's like sex is so good, or pussy's so good, I say my own name during sex."
Yeah.
I thought that's like a classic line right there off this album. I feel like because it shows you exactly what females, I think in the hip hop genre or in the hip hop community, that they also like to have sex, and sometimes
it's wacky.
It's wacky. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And there's too many times in hip hop where I feel like the males are almost the ones in control, and they're having sex with women, and the women we don't know if it's consensual, we don't know what they feel, we don't know if they're even into the sex or anything like that. And for Cardi, I mean, she's clearly enjoying her sexuality, she's enjoying life. It's just refreshing to me. You know
I mean, what I got out of it is just basically, for as much as we always claim oh, men are this, Cardi basically conducts herself like every friggin' male rapper does. In terms of the confidence, in terms of the way she sexualizes people.
She makes me remember how Lil' Kim used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Lil' Kim was gritty. Lil' Kim didn't give a crap what anyone felt about her. Even Missy Elliott to an extent.
No, exactly. And Cardi B, if you want to know, like the usual chauvinist thing, it's these rap they're not fucking basically if you can't fuck with Cardi B is exactly, she conducts herself in the same fucking manner that every fucking male rapper has.
Exact same way.
And if you're about trap and about the lyrics and whatnot, and you're like Cardi B, I don't know about her. I'm just confused. She's literally to me this is everybody the equality that everyone that should be prevalent in this fucking world. Cardi B embodies that.
Right.
She to a T. This is exactly what the same shit you get in a male trap rapper. This is what you get from this record.
Now I know we're giving this album a lot of praise, but if we have to go into the negatives here, I'd say that probably the worst song on here is "She Bad" with YG.
She Bad.
My goodness, was that a chore to get through?
I
wanted to crash my car.
I didn't think the song was that bad, but I don't. YG, if King's Dead wasn't a thing this year, if the da-dee-da-dee-da didn't happen, the YG's chorus on that song would be the most confusing hip hop moment of the year. Because I don't know what the hell he was doing in the booth that day. I don't know who concocted that chorus and was like, "She bad, she bad, she bad, she bad, she bad, she bad." What do you think? No, but then he just keeps listen, person bag. A bunch of bags in a row. It's great.
His favorite.
Someone compare. I saw someone online compare it to the Soulja Boy "Tell 'Em."
What do you mean?
No, just in terms of the way that he you, and I died. I was like, that's dead on.
YG just for some reason went on his top 10 favorite bags. I'm surprised they didn't throw in Gutta Gutta on here to throw in grocery bag.
Thank you for reminding me of Bedrock.
That's what this reminded me of. I was like, Jesus. this is the worst. And also, Be Careful has one of the corniest things on there where she's like, my heart is like a package with a fragile label on it.
No. See, that was the only true pop song on the album. I thought.
Yeah,
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't particularly. I didn't think it was great.
but it didn't really bother me. I just thought it was like a mediocre pop song.
I was like,
no. See, I didn't think she bad.
Cringy,
I didn't think she bad was. I thought the verses were fine. It's just that chorus is a fucking disaster.
I didn't like the song at all. I feel like that was your run-of-the-mill record. YG is a very talented artist.
Yeah,
he could have been used a lot better. But I'm thinking,
and
I'm a little disappointed.
I'm just thinking from what he's done post, like Still Brazy was in 2016. That was like the most pleasant surprise of the year. But everything I've heard from him since then is making me believe that was a fluke.
Okay.
Because like his single, whatever Blood Pun he put up, whatever the song was a couple months ago, I was like, dude, this is not. I was not feeling it at all. And his verse is not good. I'll fully admit that. I was not about it. But I thought Cardi's rapping was fine on that song.
Bodak Yellow, I still don't really care for. I don't know.
It grew on me.
I don't understand what. Oh, it grew on me.
It grew on me a lot actually. I don't think it's among the stronger songs on the record, but I can fuck with it now. It's but I think it's a very hard edged. Like I think it's a perfect introduction to Cardi B.
Yeah, you could say that, but I think any of these could be a perfect introduction. Like I think you could easily take a song like "I Like It." If "I Like It" was the first single, my goodness.
No, that song. I think that song is gonna absolutely blow up. I really do. And
I
think it's definitely. It's not my favorite song on the album. It's close. I'd say it's probably my second favorite.
What's your favorite song?
Moneybag. Moneybag is just one of those.
Moneybag
is one of those trap songs that makes you want to run through a wall. Just like the beat is just in your fucking face. The rapping, it's over the top. There's a lyric, and this is just a very personal thing that nobody will probably get out of this. The lyric, "I parked my Bentley truck in my Versace driveway," sounds like something Riff Raff would have wrote back in the day, like in prime Riff Raff before he started to take himself semi-seriously, and then it made me yearn for old Riff Raff, and that was just a great little nostalgia bomb for me.
Oh my God, Riff Raff and Cardi B.
Yeah, hopefully Riff Raff. Yeah, that would be delightful if Riff Raff is back on his old shit. Riff Raff has lost a lot of his pizzazz in recent years. I know the people out there love Riff Raff. I mean, boy, people are very much high on him.
Riff Raff out here for the kids.
I fucking love Neon Icon, but since his project since then, not too great. But that, for whatever reason, that one verse, the one line, just made me think, oh. Riff Raff, remember his little stuff was really fun. But the song itself, I did like Riff Raff.
Best Life. What about Best Life though?
Now see that I enjoyed Best Life.
Do you?
I did. I thought it was a nice little mellow song, nice little ballad, and it was a good apology, good way to launch the post a coloring book apology tour for Chance.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, Chance, you're back. That's what I got to know because as
I don't think you really went anywhere.
I thought Coloring Book was no, he didn't go anywhere in the public eye. No, but I'm saying Coloring Book I thought was a goddamn disjointed clusterfuck.
What was so different from here than from what he did on Coloring Book? I don't see what the problem.
I think it was only because he was a guest spot. But I mean, he didn't talk about Jesus, so that was good.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I appreciate Chance. I'm not preaching Chance can go fuck off. But like mellow Chance, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, they're gonna come up with a song called Sunday School.
No. He's just gonna give a If Chance just keeps being a fucking like ADD youth minister. I'm not about ADD youth minister Chance, but like this was like mellow, like easygoing Chance from the acid rap days, and I was about it.
Okay, my favorite track on here is probably "Ring" with Kalani.
It's a good song.
It's a nice earworm. You know what I'm saying?
It is. And Kalani is an artist that I think is very good in small doses. Her actual full length albums are kind of.
It's completely made up for that garbage record with Eminem.
I'm not familiar that Kalani did a song with Eminem.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of his next records. But my goodness, this is such a better record. Kalani comes in here, she sounds completely like she sounds like she was made to be on a Cardi song.
For sure, no, she has a great voice in the song. It's one of the more mellow songs in the album, so her voice definitely is a good fit for the beat and whatnot.
Right. I mean, I almost sang it just now. I almost got into the groove of it. I had to retrain myself real quick.
No, it's definitely it's one of the better hooks on the album for sure.
Anything else you really want to add to it? I mean, I don't have much else to say. No, Get Up 10 was a nice intro,
opener. No, to me, what impressed me the most about it, there wasn't. I'd say the only songs that I thought were like phenomenal were Moneybag and I Like It and Bick and Head and Drip are really the only songs I thought were fucking fantastic, but I will say it was incredibly consistent. There's not one song on this record that I thought was complete shit. Not one.
She Bad.
I really, which was,
and that's a disappointment because I feel like it comes right before Through Your Phone and right after Barty or Cardi, and those are my two. The Barty or Cardi definitely grew on me, and Through Your Phone I think was a nice little thing to close.
21 Savage's verse on Barty or Cardi is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just want to party with a savage.
No, but just 21 Savage seems like he's like getting more energy recently, and
it's kind of weird. I think Amber Rose is to blame for that one.
No. See, I don't think it's to blame. I think it's great.
No, what I'm saying that's
because 21, but he's not losing that like cold, disinterested
vibe as well, but he just sounds a little more
like a
perky.
person.
Yeah,
like a human being with a heart.
But the thing is that 21, that's his whole aesthetic.
With a pulse. Oh, he's like
that's
this bad boy.
What I like is that he's just so like cold and like full lacking emotion.
But he does keep that savage energy though.
He does. But I think that exactly. He's remaining consistent with his vibe while becoming more engaged. And I think that verse, and plus, I mean, like, it's the way the man's delivery is beautiful. And this is one of the things that I've liked on 20 Savage is just that his delivery remains spectacular. But hot sauce on a titty, like it's phenomenal.
Things that like would make you do a double take. Like wait, like what'd you just say? He just says it with like ease. Like he doesn't.
It's just the
way right out of his mouth.
Exactly, and he's just so. Like point blank, just this is what. Yeah, well, I'm like, I believe you. I believe you do like hot sauce on the titty, 21 Savage. He also likes hot sauce on the chicken.
I was gonna say I thought it was hot sauce on the chicken.
Oh no, he does. Then he goes to talk about going to the strip club, and he's like hot sauce on the titty. It's beautiful.
He's a savage.
It's beautiful shit. Also, SZA did a good job.
SZA was pretty good as well. Yeah, SZA's had an amazing run these past 365 days, maybe 2 years or so. Because in the beginning of her career, she had like that album Z that like went nowhere.
Yeah, well, that was a mixtape. Control was her like debut album.
I thought Z was the album, isn't it?
No, Control's the album that came out last year.
Oh, okay. Well then, you know what? I apologize for that one because I could have sworn that Z was her debut.
No, that was a mix. It was her first. I believe it was like her first release.
Right.
I don't. Did Top Dog commission that?
I don't know, but regardless, let's go back to this. I think I Do with SZA. That's the song that she's on. It's the very last song. Mm-hmm. Nice little thing to end it off, close it up.
It was funny because I don't know who the woman is on Through Your Phone because it's a
I don't know who it is.
She's like a songwriter person. She actually co-wrote Havana by Camila Cabello.
Oh, okay.
And but it was like I don't her name, of course I don't have it written down because I'm unprofessional. But it was weird because she's like uncredited. But for a second I was like this sound. I'm like wow, Cardi sounds pretty good here. He's like I thought but then I'm like oh wait, this is definitely not her. But then she kind of sounds like SZA too.
Yeah.
And I was like when I was listening to it the second time, I was like wait, I thought SZA was on the last song.
Yeah. I know,
I'm like, oh fuck, wait, this is not SZA.
Because they're both very similar sounding hooks in a way.
They are. And the girl's voice is whoever her name is.
Good job.
Similar to SZA's.
Right.
Which is a hell of a compliment because I think SZA has a fucking incredible voice.
Yeah, I think they should have put SZA on either Be Careful. I'm trying to remember. Was it Be Careful that I feel like was that the one that Cardi sang?
Be Careful.
Yeah, she sang
Be
on
Careful
that
is the only song on the record that Cardi actually sings.
Yeah.
And while I'll give her credit for not doing it for having no auto tune, Cardi's singing voice.
It's
not great.
Not great, but
it's not great.
It's not bad.
It's not awful, but thankfully, to her again, throw more praise on Cardi. She just does not abuse the singing vocals, unlike a lot of her male peers who think they're Frank Sinatra or Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye would be more apropos.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Need I say more?
But we've had a discussion many times. There are a lot of rappers that get very overconfident about their singing ability.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And like basically, if you're not Drake, you're not Chance. Like, don't sing that much.
Stop singing.
Just stop singing.
Exactly.
Like you're not a natural born singer.
But you know what it is? It's like she didn't completely turn me off with the singing, so that's good enough.
No, exactly. And she only used it once.
Yeah.
If she used it more, we could have ran into some problems. But but the one chorus and Be Careful, as I said, is not one of my favorite. It's one of the weaker songs of the album, I think. But
you want to maybe go into ratings from now, or how are you feeling with this one?
I'm gonna give it, and honestly, it might go up on repeat listens, but after 2 listens, I'm sitting at a B, and I'm willing to say in this wonderful year for hip hop so far, it is a coin flip between this and Vacation from Hell, the New Flatbush Zombies out for the best hip hop record of the year. I'm gonna give it a B right now. Mm-hmm. It very well could trend up to B+ though, because I don't have any overwhelming complaints about it. There's a couple things here and there that were.
I'm gonna go with a B+. Honestly, I think she deserves a B+ because. I think because of all the buzz that was surrounding this album, she had a lot to live up to. Let's not forget she had all these singles. Most times when you have, not only is she a female rapper, so she has it even harder for her to follow up with a solid album. But for her to follow it up with all these tracks that, like you said, are very consistent sounding, and also they're all very much quality, I think she completely pulled it off. This could have gone in a completely south. It could have gone completely south.
It very well could have been like she had 2 nice singles and then the rest of it was shit. Yes. And honestly, I think that the 2 singles she had leading up to this, Be Careful came out about a couple weeks before this. So I'm not counting that, but the songs are out for a while. Bartier Cardi and Bodak Yellow. This could have gone completely sideways.
Right.
Like that could have been like the best the record got, and it just complete shit. But I mean, I think like I said, pretty much all the best songs of the record I think have either come out within the last couple weeks or were not released until the album.
The only thing that this album really has that's going negative, that doesn't make me want to bring it into like A territory, is just obviously that awful She Bad song with YG on there, completely wasted. And then you also have, I think Drip and Bickenhead didn't really do it for me. I think those two songs were just okay. Bodak Yellow I don't really care for, but it's sort of...
Drip is the Migos bias, because I mean the first couple of bird sounds are there on there together, which was nice.
Sure, but that doesn't really add.
But to me, Drip, and I could be just like on like because Culture 2 left such a bad taste in my mouth. I'd be like, oh, this is like a classic Migos song.
Okay.
I mean, Cassius J produced it, who hasn't done a ton of stuff for Migos, but like it was just a very like it was admittedly a very straightforward trap song, but I thought it was very satisfying.
There's more more positives on this album there are negatives. I Like It, Ring, Through Your Phone. You got Barty or Cardi. Best Life to an extent, and Get Up 10, which was like an amazing intro, I think.
Yeah, I know, because she fucking snaps when that beat switches.
So
and another thing, I really have not emphasized it. She can fucking rap her goddamn ass off.
Yeah, she's a really good rapper.
She's a very good technical rapper.
And you know what's crazy about this? I don't mean to keep bringing comparisons back to Nicki, because I don't think that's very fair. But
it's inevitable. It's inevitable,
yeah. This album, I think, is better than any album that Nicki's put out.
I absolutely, but also I don't like Nicki Minaj at all. And the only one of her albums that I've heard throughout the entire ED is Pink Friday, and I didn't like it at all.
I don't like Pink Friday. Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded was garbage, complete garbage, and it was way too damn long. And Pink Print was just a very mediocre follow-up to Roman Reloaded. So, I mean, this is a B+ for me.
I think Cardi is. I mean, like as much as like I thought Minaj's new singles were pretty decent, I think that Cardi's light years ahead of her as an artist.
Okay.
Light years ahead.
Well, you know what we're going to see. We'll see. We will see. Only the future can tell. So.
True. No, Future himself is the only person that can tell.
Literally, Future the rapper.
Future the rapper is the only person that can tell.
You're the one that knows rappers' first names. What's his first name?
Navadavius, I think.
Only Navadavius has...
Navadavius Wilburn is the only person that can tell.
He's the only one that has a crystal ball.
His son Future is the only person who can tell.
He has a son. His son's name is Future?
His Kibo Ciara's name is Future. That's his birth name. And the worst is they obviously know they had a very bad divorce. And Russell Wilson has to sit there every day and like him and Ciara have to look out, Future, come to the table. Come get your pizza bagels, Future.
I think that's going to
get your Lunchables, Future.
I think on that note, we're going to go ahead and end it here.
No. We're going to talk for another 20 minutes about the marital situation in Future.
Sierra Russell Wilson
in Future.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on As We Proceed. Anything else you really want to add before we sign off?
No,
that's about it.
I had a good time putting together this 1 month late celebrations of National Women's Month.
Good for you. I guess. I don't know what else to tell you.
It was unintentional, but we did it.
Hey, we did it.
We did it.
We pulled off an entire episode praising the ladies, except for Nicki Minaj. We kind of crapped on her a little bit. But hey, good 2 songs. Anyway, go ahead and make sure you like us on Facebook. We're on Facebook As We Proceed Podcast. We're also on SoundCloud as We Proceed Podcast. Make sure you go ahead and listen to us on iTunes.
Yep, subscribe on iTunes.
It's a little podcast app in your phone. Everyone has an iPhone. You all have it.
Maybe leave a rating.
Yeah, go ahead and leave a rating.
Join Miles McCullum.
Yeah, Miles McCullum.
The Miles McCullum. He's the only person who's given us praise or criticism.
Have we explained that inside joke?
No, and there's no explanation to be had. Miles McCullum, loyal fan of the program.
If you go on iTunes right now, you go to our ratings, you'll see what we mean. There you go. There's our incentive. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also on Instagram, As We Proceed Official, and we will be back next month
with hopefully some interesting shit.
We don't know.
We don't know who it's going to be.
That's it for us. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Have a great day.
Yep.
Peace out.
Au revoir.